more information from the leaked TigerSwan documents that the Dakota Access style policing moves to Pennsylvania's Mariner East 2 pipeline. This is an article in The Intercept. Aileen Brown, Will Parrish, and Alice Sperry. So TigerSwan, I did an article on this. This was the company that was hired to basically treat the Dakota Access Pipeline protesters like full-on insurgents. And now this leaked information on TigerSwan is there's this new pipeline. I'm just now learning about this Pennsylvania's Mariner East 2 pipeline. It plans on going through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. And so first of all, if you live in any of those areas, I would start looking into this and start resisting and protesting this, because you're going to have contaminated water if you don't. So what the Mariner 2 is owned by the Energy Transfer Partners, and it's supposed to go through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, and then to a transportation hub in Philadelphia for shipment for both international and domestic. And internal TigerSwan documents reviewed by The Intercept suggest the company has a presence in Pennsylvania since at least April. So they're already in place. So Energy Transfer Partners hires TigerSwan, which is a private security firm, by the way. Same kind of people we use in Iraq and everything. So that's the corporate state has hired a private army, private security, to make sure that if any of you folks living in these regions want to protest having contaminated water, they're going to send these people against you. And even after the camps in DAPL broke up, TigerSwan went after a lot of progressive organizations. That's what the corporate state is doing. Is there anyone that's a part of a progressive movement? They're investigated. This show isn't big enough, but I guarantee you Jimmy Dore is on lists for some of these companies. They know who he is. I guarantee it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're starting to show up at some of his shows. I wouldn't be surprised. So this is, I'll read into more details about what this pipeline is. On April 1, the Mariner East 1 pipeline, which runs parallel to the proposed path of Mariner East 2 pipeline, spilled 20 barrels of ethane and propane near Morgantown, Pennsylvania. Anybody live near there? On the day of the incident, an email provided to The Intercept by a TigerSwan contractor shows the firm was watching social media for signs the spill would become a rallying point for pipeline opponents. At this time, the incident has not gained any public interest, a TigerSwan operative wrote in an email. So they're ready for it. They know their shit's gonna spill. And they're not like, oh, we shouldn't do this, or how do we don't want to spill oil. We know it's going to spill. We're just going to hire a public firm. So if anybody protests, we're going to start nightsticking and water cannoning people until they get the hell out of there and let this corporate money train keep rolling. That's their thinking. That's how awful this is. That's why we don't have a democracy anymore. We have a kleptocracy. This is what they're doing. And this is why Russia, shut up about Russia. This is happening April 1. Food shortage in Yemen from our ongoing illegal war that Obama started. Chelsea Manning got put in jail for being a whistleblower. That was under Obama. Contaminated water in Flint, Michigan. People are being arrested for protesting there. Strong-armed by cops. Big cop throwing a woman around. Like we've seen video of that Jordan Cheriton has reported when I was on Aggressive Progressives. The Dakota Access Pipeline has already leaked twice now. And now here's this one. And they don't care. They don't care that they're poisoning the water. It's insane. These corporate people are out of their minds. They're crazy, and we need to stop and resist them in a nonviolent way. But we have to, because this is what, I know the thing's going to leak. Just make sure there's a security team in place and go after any of the agitators. Anybody that resists the corporate state is an agitator. They're a terrorist. They're a problem. They're crazy. They're unhinged, right? TigerSwan founder James Reese replied, "We need to monitor social media for blowback on the leak." How do you look in the mirror, Jim Reese? The company had been monitoring Dakota Access opponents' social media for months and analyzing press coverage related to the pipeline fight, according to more than 100 internal situation reports leaked to The Intercept. The documents routinely referenced counter-information efforts to produce and distribute propaganda favorably to the pipeline, and I'm sure the corporate media gladly played along, either by not reporting it or just everybody's on the Russia distraction train. Or Jared Kushner did something weird. What, did he have a bagel at lunch or something? Who gives a shit? It was weeks before the public learned of the leak of highly explosive natural gas liquids. According to a source with direct knowledge of TigerSwan's operation, making sure nobody found out about the incident was part of TigerSwan's mission on the product. That's their job. Make sure nobody finds out. Control the message. Control social media. That's their job. Nearby residents were kept in the dark until April 20th. You feel safe you live over there? This is why any pipeline coming near anywhere where any of you live, I would start making some serious noise about blocking it. This is why the minute I have the money, I'm getting an electric car. I'm sorry. I just don't trust these. I just don't want to be a part of these people's world at all. I'm riding my bike later. That's why I'm wearing the high visibility clothing. I'm not using my car today. It'll be the second day in this week that I haven't used my car. I try to do at least 2 days a week of not using my car because I don't want to give these assholes their money. I just cannot. This sickens me. And this will happen to you if it hasn't already. April 20th is when they confirmed the leak to local media that it occurred. What does that do, though? I mean, what is the media going to do? As Dakota Access opponents moved to new pipeline fights across the country, other representative tactics deployed against the No DAPA movement migrated too. TigerSwan's entry into the ME2 struggle comes at an industry-supported lawmakers in Pennsylvania. Again, if you live in Pennsylvania where this pipeline is coming through, vote them out. And be careful. They're probably corporate Democrats. If they're Republicans, you know they're just flat out evil and they're all pro oil or whatever. But be careful. Don't just read the Twitter feed of some corporate Democrat. Because their Twitter feed might be like, resist, resist, no pipeline. And then find out, though, who they're getting money from. Dig deep. Because the corporate Democrats are they're worse. They're more dangerous. They're so good at putting out this facade of resist and we got to stop. And then they're getting money on the backside. They're the worst. They're the worst. It's like a criminal. A guy that's like, I'm a criminal. I steal stuff. I sell drugs. I beat people up. I'm a criminal. That's what I do. That person I at least have respect for versus the Democrats are like a charity. Like, oh, we're a charity. Give us money. We'll help the cause. And then you find out they're just, they're going on vacation, buying blow and hookers and guns. And yeah, that's who they are. That's who the Democrats are. So if you live in these areas, first read this article, get some more information, especially if you live in these areas, and pay close attention. Tim Stack has given me some articles about how they've been trying to frack and send pipelines through Colorado. They're trying to get it anywhere, man. They need to get it from the Dakotas or up in Canada, and they need to get it through the United States, and they need to get it out into port cities so they can ship it and sell it. Again, don't back down. Vote these people out. Resist this at every chance you can, and vote with your dollars. That's the only way. We have to do, as Chris Hedges says, we need peaceful resistance. No violence. We need peaceful resistance. And it ain't going to be easy because this is where we're at. We are, the corporate state has taken over. It's a totalitarian. We are in a kleptocracy. Democracy's gone. And it's not safe, and the cops are pretty dangerous. And look, they'll use the cops, they'll use the military, do anything they can to protect the corporate state's dollar. Anything they can. Spread the news on this. Spread this on your social media, especially if you live in Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Let your friends and family know. Anyone in neoliberal friends and family, oh, Hillary, Russia, Bernie's a Burn Bros, a Russia, blah, blah, blah. Show them this is what's going down and point them in the direction of the Democrats that have allowed this to happen. Thanks for watching the show. like and subscribe, support the Patreon so that I can make this grow and do more. My goal is to get to a like Young Turk style thing and have reporters and pay them to go out and report this everywhere. Because nobody knows and the mainstream media isn't covering any of this shit. That's why you had to wisely come to YouTube to get information. Thank you.